Okay, it was a thrilling but not if overly technical performance. The technicalities of the game, the actual basic skill set was poor, but entertainment value, the first half was one of the best first halves for entertainment that I've seen for a while, and the Italians showing that they have flair and are deadly with ball in hand and with turnover ball. And some of the Italian selections made sense today. The issue with the Italians is their goal kicking is hampering them. They could have won the game if they got all their kicks. The Irish, overly structured, they need to be able to cope when the game breaks up and becomes loose, and they do struggle when the game is unstructured and there's a spell of loose ball. And they were showed up in the first half to be overly structured. They need to be able to play an unstructured game at times, and they can't cope as well. The Quinn Roux try comes from structured play. And it's a well-worked team try, off line-out, several phases, 20, Quinn Roux gets over. Well-worked try. Fine. Sexton slots the goal. Fine. Tommy Allen responds with his second kick of the day, which is he missed the first with a penalty. The second Irish try is easily avoidable, but the Irish are using a tactic. This is where I do like some of Sexton's kicking from hand. He can do kicks which are lower trajectory, lower distance, and they cause the defending receiving team from kickoff to scratch their heads. And the Italians make a complete comical mess of it. And Stockdale just, I've got it, I'm going to run. And the Italian stands still and he runs in for the easiest try he's going to have. But Sexton misses the conversion. His kicking he's dropped off a cliff at goal. After that, it's all Italy on the scoreboard. 13 unanswered points. Allen gets another penalty. The Padovani try is great vision by Allen at fly half. Padovani hugs the touchline, creates a natural overlap. The Irish are defending so narrow at this point because they're under pressure. They're trying to protect their try line from the pick and goes, one-up runs. The Irish defence is allowing the Italians to dominate them. They're too passive. The Italian defence was far, far better today than the Irish defence in certain phases of the game. This is coming at a period of very open, broken, scattered play. The Irish are not coping well when the game breaks down. When the game is unstructured, the Irish struggle. Padovani hugs the touchline, great 30-yard pass. He could have fallen over the line. He jogs it over. The Morisi try, he burrows over and keeps the legs pumping. Again, this comes from Irish turnovers up the field. The Italians bring it downfield. They disrupt Irish lineouts, scrums, mauls. They've been doing this well all the first half. The game is unstructured at this point, and the Irish are rocking because that's 2 back-to-back tries in 6 minutes. The Irish can't keep their hands on the ball for more than a couple of phases before coughing it up, and it's to do with how they marshalled Sexton for the entire game. And I'll do a diagram in a minute. The second half comes. I think the Irish wanted half-time. They needed half-time. They were reeling. Second half comes. Earl's try is scrappy, but a good finish, but it's scrappy. And the Conor Murray try comes off finally a functioning line-out that took a while to get going. Sean Cronin there's a reason why he hasn't started a test match before today in 10 years. And he's always come off the bench in 50-odd tests. He's not at the same standard as Rory Best. There has to be better hookers than Sean Cronin out there for Ireland because Sean Cronin was utterly terrible today with line-out ball. Too many missed calls, easily read. The Italians disrupted multiple lineouts. Pinched ball they shouldn't have pinched, which actually led off lineout and maul to the 2 Italian tries. Ireland just giving them the ball back. But Murray's try, he's acting like a ninth forward in the driving maul. He peels off the back, burrows over the line. Well deserved. He worked his socks off today. He's playing himself back into match fitness. He has missed a lot of rugby like Johnny Sexton, but Conor Murray is not at his best at the moment, but he's putting the effort in, and he's got rewarded today. Conor Murray converted both the tries in the second half. Johnny Sexton's clearly not fully fit. He's only played 150, 160 minutes of rugby in 3 months, something like that. He's carrying a leg injury, probably a knee injury or a thigh injury. And now we're going to describe how the Italians used him as a tackle bag for 70 minutes. Now, the Italian defence sets up like this. So you've got a line of... We'll use this as an example. Of course, you're going to have 15 players. Now, Sexton is here. Now, it doesn't matter which side the ruck or maul is. It could be this side, it could be this side. It does not matter. This is fringe defence. This is first, second phase ball. His Irish support runners are either down here or back here. So the ruck is over here, let's say. This guy shoots up. This guy shoots up. These guys target him. So now all he sees is 2 big blokes in his way. These guys obviously are running onto the ball. and they run on, and they've got nothing to run on to. So if you want to go give a pass back in to make the hole there, they can't, because these guys, they've all blitzed up. These guys are already in his face. These guys, as soon as he turns, he can't pass. He's got two big guys in his face. Contact. This guy, straight into the rock turnover. Normally Tito Tabaldi. So he was tackled all day like this. And it's a classic kind of blitz horseshoe defence. So it's a blitz horseshoe like that. What they needed, these guys need to be here. They need to be here. This guy needs to be there. They're not. And this is where Italy nullified Sexton and used him as a tackle bag. Sexton, the problem with him, he likes the contact. I don't know how long Sexton can keep doing that. He's, what, 31, 32 now? I don't know how much longer Sexton can be used as a tackle bag, because the Italians used him for tackle practice today, and they didn't drop off many tackles to him. They hit him and hit him hard. And he limped off at 70 minutes, really not happy. And his Irish teammates are not supporting him in this area. So when you have two guys in front, third guy behind, two guys either side blitzing up, they've automatically shut off the pass to the right, the pass to the left. It doesn't matter if it's first, second phase ball, but it's shut down the 10, 12, 9, 13, that kind of midfield axis that has been so successful for Ireland for the last 5, 6 years. And the thing is, he was nullified. And because he's taken so much physicality, he doesn't feel right kicking for goal. The Irish turned out multiple kicks at goal, which Conor Murray would have got with the way he kicked those two conversions from similar positions in the first and second half. They kept going for a line-out. That's misfiring. So they keep going for the line-out, and Cronin cannot deliver. And the line-out jumpers can't deliver. And that was an ongoing theme. If Sexton had felt competent with his leg, we could have had 6 or 7 penalties kicked. And the scoreboard would have ticked over. And this is why the Italians, I think, played better in the first half, because they worked out they can give away penalties. Sexton is not kicking them, and Cronin can't throw the ball in. So it made Italian defence really easy. On the entertainment level, yeah, it was a very unstructured first half. I wasn't saying yesterday's game was lacking entertainment with Wales-England, and I got a lot of negativity from that, or the Scotland-France game. It was some really entertaining rugby. But on a technical skill level, really poor. If any of these European sides, like the Irish, the Welsh, the English, or the Scots, I don't think France have enough. The Italians, if they can string 40 minutes like that into an 80-minute performance and improve their decision-making after half-time in games, okay, they might get quarterfinals. I don't think the French have enough either. They're so wildly inconsistent and a very unhappy bunch. If any of the Northern Hemisphere sides want to make it to the knockout stages and then progress possibly to a World Cup final, the technical side of the game and the skill set needs to improve. You have to look at the penalty counts in all 3 games. You have to look at line-out in all 3 games. Not great. Even winning or losing, line-outs have been poor. Kicking percentages, tactical kicking from hand, and handling. Oh my God, ball handling. 3 games with perfect rugby conditions. There was drop ball all over the place. When it was pissing down with rain the other week, handling was nowhere near as bad as it is now. So I don't know what it is. With the Irish, I think there's a bit of nerves there as well. They are now the number 1 team in the world, and they don't seem to fit the favourites moniker as well as being the underdogs. They being the number 1 team in the Northern Hemisphere, then they're not fitting that role as well. I think it's making them tense, it's making them nervous. There are some injuries. They had to rejig the back line several times in this game. Bandiaki concussion. So they put some, like Farrell had to go from outside to inside centre at one point. So Ireland have got injury problems. Every side has got injury problems. There's about 3-4 squadfuls of players currently unavailable due to injury alone. That's on top of international retirement, suspension. There is a whole you could field another 4 squads of players who are injured at the moment, and that's a concern about the sport as a whole. Now, to finish off on a side note, it was Johnny Sexton's first game in the Six Nations at the Stadio Olimpico and his first point. So he's now scored at every venue that has been used since his debut in the Six Nations. So that's a little tidbit that I thought I would add. He scored at a lot of international venues. But if Ireland want to really consider themselves in line for the World Cup and actually try and be the second European team after England to do it, that line-out's got to be fixed. And the handling skills and the support of Sexton or Carberry, whoever's at fly half, the fly half support, when you're going on that 9, 10, 12 axis, there needs to be better support there, especially for Sexton. If he is to continue his career at Test level for another couple of years post World Cup, he's got to have more protection, and he's got to alter his game slightly, because his body he's injury prone now. He's getting a lot of injuries, and that he's not been fit, and he's limped off again today. So it's going to be interesting to see how Ireland adapt to fix that problem. Now, there's another bye week, and this is really frustrating. I really can't stand this. I really wish it was just all 5 weeks done, because we've seen players go back to their clubs and get injured. Finn Russell, for example. So it's an interesting club-country debate. Ireland, Labour, entertaining, but not a great performance by Ireland. Italy, missed kicks have cost them. But Italy, I think, actually overall were actually the better side, and I'm not knocking that. They were the better side in the first half. The second half, I think Ireland just edged it, but overall, I think Italy played quite well. Ireland, they want to be world champions, they've got to play a lot better than that. But there you go. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. Place your thoughts below, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.